Hi everyone, Hank the Nihil Tano here, the internet's busiest music nerd, and it's time for a review of the new Adrianne Lenker album, Songs. This is a new album of songs which has also been released at the same time of a new album of instrumentals from singer, songwriter, guitarist, frontwoman for the band Big Thief, Adrianne Lenker. One of the most enchanting artists and critical darlings of the current moment, and her band Big Thief has been building quite the name for itself between their breakout LP Capacity in 2017 and hitting us with two full-length albums in 2019, which I was a little split on. Personally, I enjoyed the rustic and more stripped-back approach of Two Hands a lot more. Apparently, a big tour for the band was planned after the release of these two records, but COVID pretty much put a stop to that. So Lenker took this as an opportunity to get another solo release together. Another exciting prospect, because it did take me a bit of time to appreciate Big Thief's sound and music. I was first won over by Lenker's stuff through her solo work, mostly on her 2018 LP Hibiscus, which, mind you, is not a perfect record, but on its highlights, the smooth but intricate guitar playing and very unique vocal timbre left me moved and mesmerized. So I went into this hoping that Songs would hit harder despite its very humble title, and it does. Not only because of Lenker's unique voice and decisive guitar playing, but her personal and gripping storytelling too. It's such a simple, raw, and intimate sound for a record, and mind you, I guess the instrumental makeup here isn't too much different than that of Hibiscus, but somehow Songs feels even more unadulterated and pure. Mount Erie's Dawn, Elliott Smith's self-titled, and other similarly isolated and bare singer-songwriter records come to mind. But Lenker certainly has her own version of that quiet captivation quality. Whether we're talking about To Reverse, whose fluttering guitar leads and gentle strumming patterns create this rhythmic cycle that locks me in immediately. Lenker's weary and flowing vocal melodies create an emotional punch too. I don't know why I forgot to put on my yellow flannel. I meant to put the yellow flannel on my body. You know, as I was starting this, I knew I was missing something. So lyrically, this intro cut is one of the more esoteric numbers on the project, though there's definitely a strong feeling of being unsure and calling out to someone or something, her grandmother in part. The song Anything also features these very warm and rich hypnotic guitar passages. The sound of it all is really naked, really dry, and yet it still shimmers. Lenker's vocals sound especially small and shy on this one, but there's a supremely sentimental feeling coming out of the lyrics. A lot of themes of love and family. The opening lines are stellar in my opinion, staring down the barrel of the hot sun, which I guess I never really thought of the sun as like a barrel to stare down, but I think it's actually a really cool turn of phrase. Shining with the sheen of a shotgun, Carol has a little if we need some, joy has a ride if we want to come. Lenker manages to keep up this same lovely nostalgic energy even as she's going down a pathway where being told about a time a dog had bit her hand and she needed to go to the ER. The hook on this one is incredibly infectious too. By contrast, the emotional palette of Forward's Beckon Rebound is a lot darker, especially with refrains like Mystery of Lack, stabbing stars through my back, Forwards Beckon Rebound, Forwards Beckon Rebound. Some of the imagery deeper into Lenker's verses on this track borders on frightening, getting pretty surreal too. Once again, there's a finger-picking pattern that just mystifies me. Heavy Focus may be one of the more scant and lyrically fragmented songs on the record, but its sweet, swaying guitar passages in 3/4 are very lovely. Funny enough, with the song Come, we have some accompaniment. The pitter-patter of rainfall in the opening leg of the song is actually like a bit of a natural sonic addition to the singing and the guitar playing. Then the triplet finger picking patterns that move very slowly on this track have this quality to them where they just get more and more intense, even though, once again, the guitars, the vocals, it's very stripped back, very bare. There's just something so intense about the repetition on this track, it freezes me in time. Now, there are other cuts that do cycle quite a bit musically as well, but maybe I don't get that same sensation. Most notably Ingidar with its somewhat tedious 1-2-1-2 groove pattern and emphasis on the upbeat. It's pretty while it's on, but I don't find it to be quite as spellbinding. Then Dragon Eyes. Even though I do care for the tune of this track quite a bit and Lenker's lyrics, the guitar strumming and very light rhythmic patterns going on in the background just feel like a very bland change of pace instrumentally when compared to pretty much every other moment here. Certainly a stark contrast when comparing to a song like Half Return, which has this very unique quality to it where it constantly feels like it's speeding up and slowing down and speeding up and slowing down to the point where I feel almost uneasy about it. Though I still came away admiring the fact that I can't really think of too many acoustic cuts that give me that same sensation. The highlights on songs continue throughout the rest of the record. There is Zombie Girl, where in a very upfront and sincere way, Lenker explores these longing thoughts and feelings and sensations that she was dealing with during a stint of sleep paralysis. The birds randomly chirping in the background feel like a perfect complement to it too. There's also the heartbreaking Not a Lot Just Forever, where some of my favorite lyrics on the LP turn up. It's a deep exploration of intimacy, togetherness, intertwinedness with a heavy focus on things occurring incrementally but also infinitely, seemingly. Rocks bearing weather, birds losing feathers, these various cycles of life. Then on the closing track, My Angel, Lenker risks it all for this wandering intro that builds quite a bit of tension that is nicely released once the guitar lines and vocals really begin to pick up pace. And as an ending, I found it to be the perfect placement on the record because there is such a sense of sad finality to the lyrics on this one. Lenker essentially telling this story of being watched over by this invisible being who is concerned and caring for her. The song is equal parts beautiful and eerie and is marked by this mix of emotions that read as appreciative but also longing and maybe a little distraught over the inability to fully know or understand this being, this spiritual figure. But yeah, overall loved this record. I think what makes it fantastic is pretty clear and obvious, very on the surface. It's just a beautiful and moving listen. It's simple, it's great. For me, it's a decent 8. Transition, have you given this one a listen? Did you love it? Did you hate it? What would you rate it? You're the best, you're the best. What should I review next? Hit the like if you like. Please subscribe and please don't cry. Hit the bell as well. Over here next to my head, it's another video that you can check out. Hit that up or the link to subscribe to the channel. Anthony Fantano, Adrianne Lenker, the songs forever.